Yeah, was that always?
I believe so. Yo, we live.
Oh, what's this about that Twitter thing? What? We're live. It says we're live. Okay. All right. Yeah, we live. What up, y'all? Everybody's in the house. Hold on, I gotta fix this real quick. Okay, cool. All right, it's been a minute. Welcome back to Culture Clash, episode 15 live. We are back. It's been a couple months, been like 5 months. A lot been going on. I don't think we're gonna be able to cover everything that's happened in the last 4 months, but but we definitely gonna be able to talk at least about what's been going on the past month or the past week at least. All right, so first off, let's talk about this NBA gambling thing, man. So I'm sure you heard about this. I'm still a little bit foggy on some of the details, although I think I get like the gist of it. I know, to me, the most known person that was involved was Chauncey Billups. I'm not really super familiar with the other dudes.
They got Chauncey. They got Terry Rozier.
Right. I know him. Yeah.
And Damon Jones. I think those are the main people. And in some other separate case, Gilbert Arenas got his own situation going on.
Oh, he's involved in this?
He's not involved in this one. He got
his own thing.
He has his own thing, which like people thought he was involved, but nah, he got his own thing going on.
Yeah, when I first saw this going on and I heard about it, the two people that I was surprised I didn't see was involved was Gilbert Arenas and Paul Pierce. Although Paul Pierce ain't really affiliated with, he's not in the NBA no more. But
yeah, it's funny you say that, because Gilbert Arenas definitely, he has his own situation going on when it comes to the NBA gambling and stuff like that.
I can imagine. And I'd imagine Paul Pierce, like I said, I've heard his name, but I was surprised. I was like, man, this sounds like something Paul Pierce would dip his toes in. Like he would.
Bro, I wouldn't. You know what? So supposedly his toes were kind of dipped because he was gambling at these, some of these gambling events that the boys was putting on.
Oh, you know that's what I'm saying. Like I imagine.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of these dudes are in it, but obviously they try and keep a low profile. But some are in it like there's nothing illegal that they're doing. They're just gambling. Because I think Chauncey Billups was just putting together really putting together poker games.
Right.
It was like illegal poker games and stuff like that. When it came
so I'm guessing the illegal aspect of this is them using like their knowledge of being, like affiliated with the NBA and with the sport itself, and they're using that to help people place bets that would win. Obviously.
Yeah. So when it comes to that aspect of the illegalness, people who got messed up with that was Terry Rozier is mainly getting messed up with that because he was actively playing. He's winning money on like his own stats. You know what I'm saying? Terry Rozier is definitely going down like when it comes to that. And then somebody else did it on a different case, but I think we spoke about him on here. I think Jonte Porter.
I think so.
One of the Porter Bros.
Right.
So,
and I mean, do you think so? The rumor is obviously that this kind of stuff has been going on in like the sports, not just the sports world, but in the NBA specifically, obviously for like a long time. A lot of people say that even, the real reason why Michael Jordan's father was like murdered was because of situations like, it's basically the same situation. He got caught up in some sort of gambling debt with the mob. And I hear that the mob is somehow involved with this whole Chauncey Billups situation as well. I'm not even sure, to what extent.
It's the who they say, some kind of mafia, some crime mafia family who's doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like Israeli. No, one of them is Israeli.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them is Israeli.
Not like Italians, not like Italian crimes. Like,
nah. It's like Israeli mob. Like,
oh, wow, that's crazy. And like I was saying, kind of in reference like the whole Paul Pierce thing too, is like, would you assume that there's probably other NBA players even like playing on the team or other coaches as well that are probably involved in this kind of stuff? And they said the FBI was watching them for a long time. It was a whole investigation. So I'd imagine that when those guys see this happen, they probably start to slow down their operations. Like,
it's definitely like they're probably just like ready to get it slowed down and everything. But I feel like a lot goes on when it comes to gambling in the NBA. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Especially, one of I forgot somebody had got into it when it came to the NBA because they were like, "Oh, you guys are so against gambling," but every single episode, every single commercial is Rain Bet, it's ESPN Bet, it's Hard Rock Sports Bet. You know what I'm saying?
It's honestly, that's the truth, man. And that's what I mean. Like you said, I've seen other people saying the same thing. But even before I saw that, it was the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, yo, I get, it was just why I struggled to understand exactly what it was that they did until I started reading about it. But I'm like, bro, this gambling thing is kind of just like widely accepted in sports now. You got all these different like sports betting apps. A lot of these states where sports betting was illegal before, now it's legal. So it's definitely like an encouraged thing. Even I'm watching ESPN in the morning, and there's like a whole segment now with a whole entire with an analyst.
Like, yo, the spread,
the spread telling you exactly like, and I'm like, yo, so obviously that does make it look weird if that's the environment and that's what's going on, and then they're arresting guys for it. So what do you think? Do you think there's a way that they could possibly completely separate sports betting at this point from sports itself, or it happening within sports? Like what could you even do to take steps to prevent that?
I feel like they took it to the max now. Like, so it's like, I don't think we're going backwards unless they make it illegal. But I think there's in too deep when it comes to money wise that there's no way that's getting illegal. You know what I'm saying? Too much money involved. All these sports are involved to it. The NBA is heavily into it. So it's like, that's not happening.
Do you think after this that we'll see the NBA at least start to kind of slow down with the promotion and
because they didn't. It's funny you say that because you go in there, everything's a gambling thing, bro. Like I feel like that's really killing the game. Even on the NBA, you can watch games on Peacock.
Right.
I think you can watch games on Prime.
I've seen when I'm on Prime now, I just see all the games popping up. Like I can watch them right on Prime.
Yeah, you can watch them. You can stream them on Peacock. You can stream them on Prime. And then on Peacock, I think it's either Peacock or Prime. If you go to the right of the screen, it's this little like you can do a spread on each player, but I don't think you can add money. But it's just the fact that you're doing spreads on players. Like it's like you're gambling without the money. So it's like
practice kind of, or like
they're making you practice so you can do this. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like fantasy, but doing the spreads. It's like, oh, are you picking the over or under on this player? Are you picking the over or under on this player?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All that's doing is prepping you for the if you say you do that and you hit it a few times, you're gonna be like, damn, like I could probably do this with $50K and make X amount of dollars. And that's how you get locked in.
Yeah, man. And I don't know if you've had any experience like using any of these apps, but
I've used I think Hard Rock Sports.
I've tried Hard Rock and I've tried like Bethany Sports. And to be honest with you, like it's really easy. Like it's very simple to add your account and kind of get things going. And you can instantly bet. And if you win, you win. But if you lose, obviously they just take that money straight out of your account. And even within obviously like socially, just like within, as adults in your friend groups and stuff, I'm starting to see a lot more people get into it. Kind of the same way where there was a period of time where like we had just mentioned, like fantasy football and stuff had gotten like really popular. And I think that kind of maybe died down a little bit, although I know some people obviously still do it, but it's now like the sports betting. Now it's like everybody's doing it, bro. And you just like, man,
I go to my I forgot where I was at, but like one of my cousins who knows nothing about any sports, basketball or nothing like that. She pulls up the sports betting app, the Hard Rock Sports betting app, and she's like, "Yo, you know basketball? How much should I put on this team?" I'm like, "Bro,
I don't know."
I'm like, but I did call it out. Like it's funny because it was during the game. I'm like, it looks like this team gonna lose, so you probably want to bet on this, that, the other. And she didn't pull the trigger and bet, but it actually happened. And she's like, "Dang, I should have bet."
She probably would have won.
That's how that shit go. But nah, bro, I can't do it.
Cashed out like immediately. I think they cash you out, right? Or at least by the next morning, you get your money, your bread, right?
Yeah, you can get your money immediately, bro. So
Yeah,
they're not
man.
playing with these betting apps, man. But I don't
Yeah.
know. There's sometimes, bro. I know everybody feel this way, bro. Like that should just be super rigged sometimes, bro. It'd be
Be
players like
super
in the
what?
rigged, like because
Oh,
like
hell yeah. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's like say you do the over on a player, they're gonna score this much amount of points.
Right.
Sometimes like that player be getting subbed out when they about to hit, when they about to like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, do they know that like mad people got money, or maybe they got family members who got money on their under or some shit like that, where
Yeah, you never
they
know,
can't set,
bro.
you feel me? Like, so that's why I'm like, bro, I stopped because I kept losing like some when I was playing at one point, I kept losing some like crazy ass deals or bets. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like it'll be for a team to two teams to total 114 points.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like under total under that. And then it'll be
Yeah.
like a last second 3-point shot where you freaking now both teams totaled 115 and now I lose like I think I put 50 on one of them games and I lost $50 just like that, bro. Just like that. I
And
was so hot.
that's my issue. Like, I've never been like into gambling, but it's like the instant losing your money of like
Mm-hmm.
I do get the thrill of it. Like, I get how it gets your adrenaline going and like how you get into it, especially when you, because like I said, with I've done it only a few times, very little time, maybe like 3 times max. But the times I did bet, especially if you do a parlay, which parlays are like the most riskiest things in life. But you know, if you do a parlay, it's exciting to kind of throughout the night go like keep up with each game and see exactly like, all right, you know. But yeah, man, the couple parlays I had, one just like as soon as that one game went off, I was like, oh, that's it. And so that's why I don't really like that. But I see how people get into it easily, bro, especially these days. Just like with everything else, just like with even like stocks now, like it's just like on the app. You just go on the app and put in your information. You can start doing it as long as you have your bank account, a little debit card.
Exactly.
So yeah. So what about the rest? Like, as far as the NBA though, like I think even which I was surprised that this is not the investigation that they did and was found was the refs, because like these guys can literally control the narrative of the game in certain ways. Like if you let them, and if you were the ref, which I'd assume they must keep an eye on them some way. I don't know the NBA's standard how they do it.
You'd have to really be keeping an eye.
Yeah,
you'd
really
have to
be
like
spying on them.
Yeah, because all it takes is, bro, just you at a family gathering and you tell it, hey, put 100K on this team on this date. Like I'm throwing the fucking thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And they must be doing that, bro. Like, could you imagine NBA referees like on Thanksgiving at their families? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I know you doing the Christmas game, bro. Like, yeah, I'm doing the Christmas game.
Yeah. Be like, yeah, I'm gonna throw that game, bro. I'm gonna make sure put these bets in.
And the crazy thing is, like, exactly, it don't even necessarily gotta be like, oh, I'm gonna throw the whole game. It could be like, oh, just foul LeBron enough to make sure he doesn't get over 40 points or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Or like, so that I could bet that he's not gonna like. There's so much ways the ref can like manipulate the game. So I'm like, bros, but you'd imagine, like we were saying, you'd imagine after all these years, especially now, I guess with technology and stuff, they must keep an eye on them somehow or monitor them to make sure, like, yo, y'all not talking to y'all family and doing best. Because
how you can even do that? Like,
how do you do it? But clearly they're not, obviously, unless you're an idiot, a smart ref is not going to just do that kind of thing with strangers or people off the street or start a ring. But I think they can definitely do it with their family. You know what I'm saying? People that you trust.
The biggest rigged game that people be like talking about happened is that one game between the Lakers and the Celtics. I know you probably seen highlights.
Yeah, I seen
where like Pat Beverly brought the camera to the ref and was like showing him the camera,
showing him the thing. Yep, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And then you find out that the ref in that game, he's like an OD Celtics fan, like die hard.
And even that, which is, you know what I'm saying? Like, these refs clearly are fans of these sports, and they must. I don't care what kind of integrity they claim they have, or like, oh, I don't have a favorite team. You must have a favorite team that you be wanting to win. So when you get that chance, if you could, it's like, I don't know. It's crazy to me that they put that much responsibility in the ref's hands, but you have to. Like, the game has to have a ref. So
Yeah.
Crazy, man. But definitely crazy what we've seen happen with this whole NBA ring thing. I don't know what the current status of it is. I know like because Chauncey, who was he coaching? He was coaching the who was
The
he coaching again?
Trailblazers.
The Trailblazers, right?
Trailblazers,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know they got like a replacement coach and stuff right now.
That's
But
nuts, yo.
crazy stuff, man. I was really surprised when I saw that. But yeah, so we'll keep up with that. If we hear anything else about it, we'll keep up with it. Let's see what we can do. Moving on, let's talk about Hurricane Melissa. We might as well hit that, man. Crazy, crazy. And obviously, as people, coming from like Jamaican culture and stuff like that. So if you don't know Hurricane Melissa, and if you've been living under a rock, Hurricane Melissa was the recent hurricane that kind of devastated the Caribbean. I guess it mostly hit Jamaica. Was like the main. I know after that was Cuba. It went to Cuba after.
Yeah.
But I don't know how hard it devastated Cuba, but. So yeah, it hit Jamaica pretty hard, man. And I don't remember ever in my lifetime hearing about a hurricane hitting Jamaica or there being this much hype. Over a hurricane.
I haven't really heard too much about hurricanes hitting Jamaica. But yeah, they hit Jamaica, but a big one like this, I haven't heard of in my lifetime.
Yeah, I haven't heard it. So speaking of like in general about the hurricane, do you think that it was? I saw a lot of people saying it was kind of overhyped, if you can overhype a hurricane, or that there was a lot of like Western media attention being brought onto like Jamaica and the islands and stuff like that you normally don't see. Like, I don't remember last time I saw Jamaica on CNN, really, especially to see reporters like on ground.
Yeah.
So do you think that was the case, or do you think you didn't really see that? You think it was mostly the people of Jamaica living there that was kind of like hyping it up?
I don't think it was necessarily overhyped. I feel like it was more, what I'm saying, the coverage was just getting a lot of coverage.
Right.
Hurricanes.
Some would say too much. Do you think it was too much coverage?
Nah, because they knew how bad it was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Because like what I realized with hurricanes is like you can get a lot of damage even from like a Category 2 hurricane, right?
Right.
It may not be crazy damage when it comes to like how fast the wind is, how hard it's hitting things. But the damage I realized is what comes after. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like what comes after the hurricane, everything hits when it comes to like, food or, people's light going out.
Right.
I remember a couple of years ago, my light went out for like a day or two off of like a category, I think it was like a Category 2, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And that busted down a lot of trees and stuff like that. So when they see a hurricane coming and it's like, Category 5 and it's going over somewhere like Jamaica Jamaica's built up some really amazing infrastructure, but it's still a small island.
Right.
A Category 5 is gonna knock a lot of stuff out. So I think it's just preparing people like, this is gonna be pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? And the aftermath is probably worse than the actual hurricane.
Yeah, absolutely. And I put up Rachel's comment. We'll talk about what she said in a minute. But I guess what I was seeing people saying as far as like the coverage, so I agree with what you're saying, whereas like, okay, they had to cover it because they knew it was going to be bad and it was important that this was documented and broadcast. But people were saying that the media, and I mostly saw this from people that live in Jamaica and experienced it, were saying that the media overhyped it as far as like, when I saw this myself, because I was watching CNN in those days, and all other like YouTube weather storm chasers and stuff, were saying, oh, Jamaica is going to be devastated. Jamaica won't be the same. The island's going to be. And I think that's where people were getting upset, because it's like, all right, y'all are acting like Jamaica can't withstand a hurricane. We've seen other islands who are less off than Jamaica. I don't think they're as advanced as Jamaica, and they've survived pretty devastating hurricanes. So I think I would agree with them as well. The people that were saying to some extent that like the media was acting like this hurricane was going to be the end of the world for Jamaica. Like there was going to be no Jamaica after this. Just wipe it off the map. And as far as the aftermath, what do you think about it as far as what happened? Do you think the hurricane lived up to the hype, or do you think like, okay, it wasn't as bad as?
Yeah, that's just so I feel like it kind of lived up to the hype. I don't really know because like I don't know how I didn't really watch too much of the news building up.
Right.
So usually I watch more of the news building up when it's Florida and see what they're saying. I'm like, yeah, I can just based off of back before when I'd see them talk about hurricanes in Florida when they'd be like, oh, yeah, this is gonna be the worst hurricane. I get what you're saying when it may have been overhyped because sometimes
Right.
they
You're
be
like,
saying some
come on.
wild stuff when it comes to this
Yeah.
Florida hurricane. They'd be like, this
Yeah.
might be you may blow away with the wind. Like they be saying
Yeah.
some OD stuff, right?
Yeah.
But a hurricane, bro, is gonna hurricane. Like it's gonna bring like a lot of tragedy when it comes to just a lot of material stuff, like
Right.
flooding, power outages. It's hard to get gasoline. Sometimes food, but in Florida, I never dealt with the food issue. It was more of like the power, the getting gas and all that. Like, so I'm sure with the hurricane like that, Jamaica dealt with stuff like that. But when it comes to like, is this a extreme tragedy for the whole country of Jamaica? I don't think it is like what I'm saying on that like
Right.
extreme level. Like I feel like I heard that some parts of Kingston wasn't even touched. Like they're doing fine. Like what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that was a big part of it too. Like I heard it really depended on where exactly in Jamaica you were at. Like you
Yeah.
said, I've heard some parts of it weren't touched at all.
Mhm.
Some parts was like really messed up where they didn't even have light and people couldn't get in contact with their family.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's definitely, the media is gonna be the media, you know what I'm saying? So they gotta
Mhm.
sensationalize things and make things seem like, oh, because they want views, just
Yeah,
like how
exactly.
we want views on YouTube and stuff, you know what I mean? Like they're gonna
You,
want it, because and a thing like a weather storm, it's not like it's like it can get boring. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, especially if you're not physically seeing the devastation happen, you got to
yeah.
keep that hype up and get people like, so I understand why they did it.
I don't know. Did you watch the Katrina documentary on Netflix?
Did I?
It's
Was it a
it's
one? Is
it's kind of
episodes or
new.
it's one movie?
It's a
Oh yeah,
documentary
yeah, yeah,
style.
yeah, yeah. I saw it. I watched it. Yeah, it was like the
Yeah,
newer one. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
yeah. So I feel like you said, when it comes to hurricanes, they beat the hell out of these hurricanes. Like I feel like, yeah, it does damage. It'll knock people's roofs off, but I feel like Katrina is the worst we're gonna ever see when it comes to
Yeah.
hurricanes because of like the aftermath. Like, and there's conspiracies when it comes to that. Like, you remember they said they broke the levees. They may have busted the levee so that the levee didn't bust in the rich areas. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't know
Yeah.
if you've seen that, but um,
Yeah.
that's the aftermath of hurricanes that people have to deal with. But when it comes to like hurricane by itself, I think the most people really have to deal with is down power lines, um, the food being an issue because people can't just go out. Like you can go outside, but you're not going to be able to use payment systems, and people
Right.
gonna be
Right.
confused on how we gonna get our food. Do we just walk
Right.
into the store and take the food because we're hungry, or you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like it'd be like stuff like that. But I feel like hurricanes be overhyped when it comes to just the natural disaster of a hurricane.
Right. And speaking of natural part of it, natural disaster, like Rachel said in her pinned comment here, I heard it was conspired because Jamaica was growing. I saw so much theories on TikTok. TikTok is,
The
but
infamous TikTok.
yeah, but I agree. I heard this too as well, not only on TikTok, but I saw a lot of people saying that the government, the Western, again, America, England, all this, like we somehow um created this hurricane or manipulated this hurricane to either create coverage to be able to go to
Mhm.
Jamaica and do coverage or just to destroy Jamaica and stuff like that. Um, I'm gonna call BS on that because I think that along with a lot of stuff these days, like people just get upset and then they get like you know, you gotta
You-
make up something. But yeah, go ahead.
I want to say I believe half of that theory.
Okay.
So I don't think they created the actual hurricanes, but I believe that they weren't like disappointed that it was happening. I believe that they like you said, use it as a moneymaker. Oh, this is about to hit Jamaica. All right, we got mad coverage. Um, uh, we can step in, like, you know what I'm saying, and provide our services and help so that they can owe us, you know what I'm saying, like whatever money or whatever it is. Like I feel like you said, the Western side, or even I think China's involved a lot in Jamaica. So
true. Yeah.
Even China is probably like, all right, this is the perfect time for us to step in and do what we got to do. Like, they're gonna need our help.
But how do you? I forgot how I saw. They said somehow, but I'm thinking, like, how do you make a hurricane? Like, what do you like? How do you even manipulate the weather like that intentionally?
That's the thing. I seen something you can create rain.
Yeah, and clouds or something like that. Yes.
Yeah. I seen things like a whole hurricane is kind of like at this point impossible. I don't think we have the technology. Yeah. Like the whole, supposedly the whole ocean, wherever it is, it has to be at a certain heat index or a certain degree when it comes to heat in order for that to happen. So it's like, how you gonna microwave? What, you gonna microwave the ocean? I don't think that's possible.
Like how you make it hot. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think this hurricane, like every other hurricane, was, Mother Nature, act of God, whatever you want to call it. But I do think obviously we're living in times where, again, we have a lot of technology these days, and since we have the technology, and also obviously the government has the technology, we're gonna always think there's some sort of black mirror, what I call the black mirror effect. There's got to be some secret sci-fi thing or some government secret, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I just find it funny. Like, that's the immediate thing we run to whenever we're like, oh shit, yeah. Like, I don't know, man. It's just kind of funny.
I feel like it's a lot. I feel like it's a lot tougher when it comes to like weather and things like that are of nature.
Right, exactly.
The sci-fi stuff, I'll believe the sci-fi stuff when it comes to things that they can create, like just like technology things and humanoid robots and all that. But
all of that. Because I mean, like robots, we there, but I mean, like, like some stuff is like flying cars. Like, it's like, it's cool to fantasize, but is it really possible? Would it be, no. But hey, I don't know, bro. Like you said, anything's possible, and especially with technology. So I'll give them that. And the government is clearly ahead of us. They clearly know more and have more than we have right now. And the government clearly is sneaky. I'm not putting it past them, but I just think we got to be careful when it comes to like blame everything, like, oh, conspiracy. Like Rachel said, like everything is turned to conspiracy. And you're just like, oh, here we go again. Like these, like, how y'all do this one? But yeah, this hurricane one was really interesting. And so I feel like, the media, as far as how they treated this specific hurricane, I don't think was that different than we saw with other hurricanes that were even, were even, I'd say, even less devastating. You know what I'm saying? Because there was, I forget if it was like a hurricane or a tropical storm, but there was one even recently, I think in America or something, where they were acting crazy hype about it. So so it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But I'm glad that Jamaica seems, for the most part, all right. And
they're doing straight.
It seems like they're doing straight. And I feel like they're at this point advanced enough as an island and as a country and as a government to take care of themselves and not necessarily need immediate help or desperate help from America and stuff. So yeah. But not to say they weren't affected. Obviously, we've seen photos and stuff like that.
I feel like a lot of people, they're gonna need help getting their homes back together. A lot of people's homes are destroyed because just couldn't withstand the hurricane. So like getting people set back up with that, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a little minute. I don't think crazy long, but maybe when I say a little minute, maybe a couple months, at most a year, and people are going to be situated back again.
Yeah. And I think everyone, like I said, history, things happen, and we've seen other islands in the Caribbean obviously go through devastating hurricanes. Even they got it way worse, much worse. And they're, it, like you're saying, it takes time to rebuild, but it happens. You know what I mean? So I do think that is the only real negative, like the media going so hard. Yes, it brings awareness. And also, but when does awareness cross over into like trying to spread fear? And because we saw the same thing happen even with COVID, you know what I mean? Like that, it got to the point you couldn't even like watch the news in the morning. And so yeah, I think a lot of people complain about, oh, you know, the media's making this hurricane a big thing and it's scaring people because I can't get in contact with my family, and now I'm, you know, so I guess there is a responsibility that the media has, but we know they're never going to really take that responsibility seriously.
Yeah.
All righty, moving on. Let's talk about the Michael Jackson biopic, man. Wow. So this thing really surprised me when I saw the trailer for this the other day. Let me ask you, though, what do you think? First off, do you think that we need, because I was talking to my barber about this, do you think we need a Michael Jackson biopic? He says, my barber says that we have too many. I think too many is a bit of a stretch. I can only immediately think of the one that had Flex in it, where that crazy one where and then
that's the only one I can think
right, it's the only one I think of immediately. And then I know there was the one like Rachel said another one. I don't think there's that many. And then I know there was the one that has what's his name, Jason, that played Simba in The Lion King, was in Smart Guy, and he played Michael Jackson. But I think that was a Jackson 5 movie.
Yeah,
Jason,
what's his name? The long ass one is the long, like it had. Like,
I think it's a long time. He used to always play it on like VH1 when I was a kid. Like
that's what I remember in the Flex one.
Right, but that one I'm talking about with Jason, what's his name? Jason Weaver. Yeah, but with Jason Weaver, I don't think that one is a Michael Jackson movie. I think it's like a Jackson 5 technically.
That's true. I think it was Jackson 5. Yes, it was Jackson 5. Yeah, the Jackson 5, and I watched it on BET.
Yeah, it used to always be on like BET and like VH1 and stuff. So I don't know. I wouldn't really count that as saying there's mad Michael Jackson movies. But do you think we need this right now, or do you think, or the better question, too soon? Do you think we need more time? What do you think?
I feel like it'll be cool to watch, but when I seen it, I was like, there's one on Lifetime movie network. I think she's talking.
Yeah, I didn't know about that one.
No, I think that's the same one.
That's the Flex one.
I think that's the Flex one, bro. I think that's the Flex one. I'd have to double check. I think it plays on Lifetime. But what else can we learn from Michael Jackson's life? Like, I feel like there's been documentaries.
Yeah.
We just know so much. And I think that the trailer of this movie, where did they get it from? Was it which biopic did they get? Because they compared this trailer to another trailer that they did already. So this was already created. They're just redoing it. I'd have to see.
I thought this was the first. I remember there was a picture. They had released like one picture of his nephew, because the kid who plays him obviously is like his nephew or something. And they released the picture of him on stage. But from what I recall, this is like the first actual trailer.
Movie 2009. This is it. I don't know, but they put it back to back.
Oh, I know which one she's talking about. Michael Jackson Searching for Neverland. From what I understand, though, that was more of like it wasn't like in favor of Michael Jackson. It kind of wasn't like showed him in a bad light, which is funny because it's what I was talking about to my barber as well. I think this, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first Michael Jackson movie where the family actually is like involved. No, like I don't think they were involved in any of the rest of them. Yeah, but I know they're heavily involved in this one.
God, I'm looking at the pictures for the Michael Jackson Searching for Neverland. First of all,
it's bad, right?
They made Michael Jackson look horrible.
That's what I'm saying. I think it was. In fact, I think that one is kind of what made the family finally be like, all right, we gotta have a hand in this. We can't let them do it like this.
Do we need it? My only thing is like, what more can they depict when it comes to Michael Jackson? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't think we've ever seen from what I hear, this movie, the new movie, just lightly touches on this. But I don't think we've ever seen, outside of that, maybe that Neverland movie from Lifetime, I don't think we've ever seen them touch on like the whole allegations of the child stuff with him.
I feel like I recently did see that though. I don't remember where
in the Flex movie? Is it? It's not in the Flex movie. I don't think
Flex movie. It was. Damn, I don't know where I've seen it, man. But they touched on that. They touched on what's his name going there? The Home Alone kid going there.
Oh, Macaulay Culkin. Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin going there. Man, I forgot where I seen it, but they touched on it heavy. It could have been a documentary. It could have been nothing.
Maybe.
Or maybe a biopic didn't really touching it like that.
Yeah. I don't know if we need this, man. And you see, the funny thing is too, is like before I saw the trailer and I was just hearing stuff and seeing like the little pictures, I thought this kid like really looked like Michael Jackson, bro. I'm like, oh, he really looks like his uncle.
Yeah.
When I see this trailer, I'm like, he don't look like Michael Michael Jackson, man. I don't think he looks like him at all, bro. And I think that kind of takes me out of it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny on TikTok, Michael Jackson impersonator. He was watching.
It was like, y'all should have picked me.
Yeah. He was pissed. He was watching pissed. Like, yeah, I dedicated my life to this shit.
To this, and y'all picked this shit. But I mean, dang, yeah, man. It sucks because, like I said, I saw in the photos, it just looked like like in the photos, he looked like him. But when I'm watching this trailer, every clip that there's scene of a clip or clip of a scene that they're showing, I'm just like, nah, bro. He don't. I will say the small little image that they had. I wish I used that picture that they had of looked like they recreated the Thriller video. Mm-hmm. That looked like him. That looked like they at least recreated that Thriller scene really well.
Yeah.
So I was like, that looked really true to what it was. But I don't know, man. And I don't think this trailer really showcased what his acting as Michael is gonna be like. I know there's that little brief thing at the end with him and Quincy Jones. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of concerned. I think if it does do good, it's definitely gonna do good numbers wise. I think obviously people are gonna go see it. Mm-hmm. It's gonna put people in seats and get people into the movie theater for sure. But I don't know, man. I just don't think we need this Michael Jackson movie right now, especially after seeing the trailer. I'm like, I don't know. Before I was like, all right, cool. But
I think they touched on something like that in the documentary of Quincy Jones. That's probably what I.
Okay. I didn't see that one. Yeah, I didn't even see that one.
Quincy Jones got a documentary, and I think he touched on like a lot of Michael Jackson stuff. Clearly, obviously.
Yeah. And speaking of which, as you saw, I don't know if you saw in this trailer, it looks like one of the guys, from what I understand, he's an actor that was on the show Insecure. He's going to be playing Quincy Jones in this. And even the trailer, I didn't even know that was supposed to be Quincy Jones until at the end Michael said Quincy, and I was like, oh. Because I don't think dude really looks like Quincy Jones either. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna I don't think this is gonna hit as hard as they believe it's gonna hit. It'll hit like what movie was that? NWA movie.
Yeah, but you see, I don't like that movie, and that everyone loved that movie, and I thought that movie was kind of corny, and I don't think I don't think none of them looked like the people that they were portraying, which also irks me when it comes to biopics, man. To this day, I still think the best biopic I've seen in my life was Ray. I think that was the man. What do you think? Ray was
biopic? Fire. Ray was fire. I didn't even think of Ray. What about Ali? Will Smith?
That's the second one I was thinking. I was gonna say that second. I watched that, even though it's not the greatest movie. I think Ray and Ali are the two most biopics where I felt like the person acting with, like, I felt okay, like I was watching the real person almost. You know what I'm saying? Like they got that into the role. I can't think of no other biopic where it's like that, where I really believed it that much. I saw because well, I guess the guy who directed Training Day and then like Creed, Antoine Fuqua, whatever his name is, I think he's directing this. He's a black director. Not Creed. Did he direct? I don't know if he directed Creed, but I know he directed The Equalizer with Denzel. He's doing this, and I think the production is the people who did Bohemian Rhapsody, which was like Freddie Mercury and his band of Queen. So even that, and Rami Malek was cool in that, but I just didn't really see him as being Freddie Mercury very well. And then there's also Elton John's biopic that had that kid Edgar or something his name is. That was good too, but I just I can't think of no biopic I've seen where the actor just really captured the person that they were playing other than Ray and Ali.
I feel like because they get so hell bent on the actor, like we see how this one, it had to be Michael Jackson's nephew, right? They get so hell bent on it, like being like the connection of this is Michael Jackson's son.
Right.
Nah, they would have been better off just getting a real good actor and using some makeup and us knowing that it's supposed to be Michael Jackson, because, like, you know what I'm saying? Jamie Foxx played Ray Charles. Like, Jamie Foxx don't really absolutely look like Ray Charles.
He don't, but he used prosthetics and stuff, and
you get whatever and make it look close enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And get a good actor, like a real good actor.
Yeah, good actor. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Will Smith. Will Smith was a real great actor.
Yeah.
Perfect. But they're trying to make it, this is Michael Jackson, not his son, but his nephew, That's what, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, that's not what
I
makes the
don't
movie
think
great.
he looks like him at all. Yeah, especially like I
Yeah.
don't know, he just don't look like him. And then I wonder how they're gonna go about showing and covering the whole phase of his life, where he obviously his skin color changes and his hair changes. Like I wonder how they're gonna present that, because obviously for his nephew here to do it, they'd have to put like makeup on him, like white
Yeah.
face makeup, basically, to make him look.
That's
Because the
probably
only other thing would be to just completely ignore that and not do it, which is crazy, because that was like a big part of Michael Jackson's whole thing. So I don't know. Definitely, like Rachel said, man, I'm gonna see it. Everybody's gonna see it. Okay, Bob. Okay, I'm forgetting Selena's. I ain't gonna lie about that. She's right. Selena.
Oh,
Selena,
yeah. That
yeah.
goes up there with
Because
that.
I did see that on Netflix the other day or something. I was like, yeah, this is a really good biopic. And because I remember when I was a kid and my mom used to show me that movie, I used to think that was really Selena's. Like my mom had to tell me, like, no, that is Jennifer Lopez. Like, and then obviously I was a kid, so I don't understand biopics and stuff. But so yeah, I would say Selena, Ali, and Ray, probably the three best biopics where the person captured. But Bob Marley, I ain't even gonna hold you. I didn't I didn't watch that entire Bob Marley movie. I saw scenes and clips from it, but
It
I
was all
don't
right.
think that.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
I
hitting like
don't
that. It
think.
was all right. It was
Yeah,
all right.
I don't think Buddy was a good choice. And he's a really good actor. I just don't think he was a good choice to play Bob Marley. Oh, and then there's Gandhi. My dad used to have that movie. I used to watch that too. Ben Kingsley played Gandhi. I think that movie came out in like 1999 or 2000, and he almost literally looks exactly like Gandhi in that too. And then that was a really good movie. So I would say probably those. Yeah, now I'm thinking about all those movies, but yeah, man, I don't know. This Michael Jackson movie, I'm really concerned or interested to see how they're gonna cover the whole like later parts of his life and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it should be interesting. We will see. We will see. Moving on. Let's talk about the government shutdown. We were actually talking about this for a little bit before we even got on. So the government shutdown is still going on. It's been going on for I think well over a month now, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
40 days. 40 days and 40 nights.
40 days and 40 nights. And obviously one of the biggest controversial aspects of this whole shutdown has been the food stamp situation, the end of government help, which I think just kind of went into effect maybe a couple of days ago or a week ago or something. I don't think it's been the whole time, but I know November was the beginning of the ending of the food stamp situation. So again, we're not gonna, we talked about this earlier. We're not gonna dive too deep into political views and stuff like that anymore on the channel. But what do you think about this overall, especially the food stamp aspect of it? Do you think that? Well, I mean, I guess there's really only one way to think about it if you're a certain kind of person.
So, yeah, I think like we have a fine line in this country when it comes to like food stamps. Like it's rough because it's needed, but then again, you got the people who abuse it.
Right. You know with everything in life, and everything is abused by somebody in life.
Yeah. Could the government shutdown affecting it? I feel like that's a horrible thing. That's really bad, especially this time of the year. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because like, regardless on if it's abused or and the people needing it, it's like we kind of got it. It kind of happened without. I was speaking about this to somebody else, like without too much of a notice, right? It was towards the end of the month, and everybody's like, "Yo, the government shut down. People not gonna get the food stamps."
You think? Sorry to interrupt you, but question though, do you think it wasn't too much? You think there wasn't too much of a notice, or do you think people were being notified, but people weren't taking it seriously? Like people didn't think, oh, they're actually gonna cut it off, or maybe even they're gonna do something before.
That was one too, but like, I mean, it was almost impossible with this situation to give more than because I'm thinking like a month notice, right? Because like in the past I've had food stamps, right? And
right, me too.
But yeah, when you get it, it's like, all right, you kind of budget, you know what you're gonna spend. Like you can be like, all right, I'm gonna spend on this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is for the rent, this is for the boom boom boom, and you know you're gonna get food, you know what I'm saying? Like, so for other people, I'm thinking like people who really kind of rely on the food stamps, they probably screwed right this moment. Like this, it's been 9 days. You know what I'm saying? Some people,
Well, yeah, nigga, if it's your only true way to get groceries and put food in your house, if you really don't have the money, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's times where like I relied on the food stamps, so I would spend
your money on rent
my
or whatever
money,
you need, bills and stuff like
gas, all that stuff, and then like, all right, I know we're gonna be straight with the food stamp card. Cool, boom. So people who are like, oh, I know we're gonna be straight with food stamp card, they slave because they already budgeted for their rent, all that. And between now and whenever it started, they're cooks, bro. They ain't got no money for food. So I feel like this issue is affecting them hard. Now, moving forward, when the government gets all situated and the food stamps come back, I think that food stamps really definitely should be redefined and looked at again because of all the abuse and people getting it that don't necessarily need it. You know what I'm saying? Like people will stay on food stamps for years, bro. Like
what would your definition be of that, of abuse though? Like what would your definition be of somebody abusing their food stamps?
Just like ultimate reliance on it. I'll tell you what, like I said, I used to get food stamps. I pretty much told myself, like, I was like, all right, let me not take it anymore. So that I don't have to rely, so I don't rely on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm done. I don't even need it no more. I'm making a little more money. Cool. Let me stop and not rely on it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people are just saying F that, I'm relying on it for however long, even when they start making a little more money. You know what I'm saying? They're making a little more money and they still rely on it.
And all right, so let me and again, I don't know how I can tell you my experience with it. So like there was a point where and it's funny because it's like everyone has different definitions of abusing something, or who needs it versus who really doesn't need it and is just trying to get it because, you know. But my thing is like, say you had $1 million, right? Let's say you had to use a billionaire, a gazillionaire, billionaire, however much money you can have in the world, right? And like as adults, we all know, even when you have mad money, your bills are kind of gonna match that level of money you have. You get what I'm saying? You're not, clearly if you're in a certain tax bracket and you work, you know, you're making less than $70,000 a year, you're not gonna have a $6,000 mortgage. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not living in a $6,000 house, a $6,000 mortgage house. You know what I'm saying? So even if you got $1 billion, like you said, more than likely, you know your money is situation and you budget your money a certain way. You know, I'm gonna spend this money on bills this month. I'm gonna spend this money on food. If you had a bazillion dollars and somebody came to you that month, a random month, and said, don't worry about your groceries for the month. You could use this card to buy your groceries. You wouldn't take that card and still buy your groceries with it and then use for sure. That's what I'm saying. So it's like when people be like, oh, people are abusing it, or it's like there are people that are getting food stamps that don't even need it, but it's like technically don't everybody need food stamps because food is expensive as hell, and we could all use because if I don't gotta use my, like you said, if I don't gotta use my money, my cash money on food this month, I can use that to go pay a certain bill, maybe a bill I'm behind on. I could probably pay more. And again, I get everyone's argument that not everyone is using this money responsibly that way, but I don't think the people who are doing it should be punished for that. You get what I'm saying? Like, it should be, you know, at the end of the day. So it's like people are like, oh, they're abusing it, or, you know, it's interesting. Let's see what we're just abused when people be selling it for other stuff. Right, exactly. Or for sure, we're trying to buy it off people too, which I'm even confused with these days with it being on a card. How do people even really like, how do people, you could probably, I guess you could like you could give
somebody you know, and you just give them the card.
Give them cash, you give them the card, right?
And you get more for your money.
So I met someone who bought tons of stuff like that too. All right, so let's talk about that. Look, I specifically love that she brought that up at the end here. Also, I met someone who bought tons of candy and sold the candy for profit. Where I'm from, we call that hustling. I don't know, but what you think about it? You think, because again, the situation is your situation, and I can never like, it's difficult for me to, I could agree and I can say I understand, but I cannot like put people in the wrong for doing some shit that I can see myself doing. And if I was broke, not saying I'm not in that situation, thankfully, in life now where I would need to do something like this financially, but if I was down and I did not have no money and I had kids to feed or bills to pay or whatever, and I'm getting a food stamp card where they, say it's even $100 a month. And like Rachel just said, I could go get me some bags of candy and then sell that.
Profit over there, yeah.
Would you not do that? Isn't that not what the school does with the candy fund thing? Like,
like 100%. No, I would definitely do it. And if they have ways to do it, I would actually encourage people to do that. But
right, and it's wrong. It is wrong. I'm not saying it's right. I get that it's wrong and illegal.
As like when it comes to like a government and making this country, I guess the best way to say it is great again. That's really good.
Right. Great again.
Something like food stamps would need to be redefined. Like honestly, there's a lot of things with it. Like if I was to redo it, right? People are like, yo, we need to go back to the vouchers. Like here's what you could go get your bread, go get your cheese, go get your rice, go get your meat, go get your, all the,
you can still, why would that? You can still sell it to people and you can still go buy stuff and upcharge it to other people.
Well, buying that stuff? Yeah, you can, but like if you get a voucher, like you're getting these specific things. Like, yeah, you can upcharge and sell it to people, but these are specific things that people aren't like eating for luxury. Like that's survival. Right. I'm thinking if I was to redo food stamps, it's gonna be kind of like the WIC program. With the WIC program,
right? Yeah, because maybe
you're locked into certain things like milk.
I get what you're saying. Like they could technically make it where you can't even buy. You shouldn't be able to even buy things like candy. Because you can't really argue that you need candy, not in any kind of nutritious way at all.
You don't need none of that. It'll be just like WIC. You get your rice, beans, vegetables, meat, milk.
Boring.
Yeah, exactly. All that food that you just survival food. Right now, they're getting crab boils with food stamps, bro.
Yeah, for real. No, dead ass. You can go get full-blown lobster.
Yeah, you don't need that. You just you want that as like a luxury eating. But
right,
you know what I'm saying? We made food stamps a luxury thing. It's like you get food stamps. It's kind of luxury. Like, oh shit, you get food stamp. How much you get on your food stamp card? Like,
yeah. But even as like things, things obviously start a certain way, but then we as the people, like I said, like everything, like the government, the media, the news, everything is kind of like a reflection of us, or like a mirror of us and what we show them. And I think obviously it started a certain way where, like you said, things were kind of just like the WIC program, which I don't even know. Do they still do the WIC program? I don't even know.
Yeah, they do. And I'm not gonna get 100 cap like I have it like in the past benefited off food stamps.
Yeah, no. When I was little, my mom was on it. That's how I know what it is. My mom used to go to the. We was on the WIC program.
It just is what it is. When you look at it, it's at a point like if we're really trying to progress when it comes financially as a country, that's something that should definitely be redefined.
Right. But like you said, the only kind of way to redefine some of this stuff is like that. Like you would have to literally start monitoring and putting holds on what people can and can't buy. And then people get upset when you do that. Because I think that's how they got to where they're at now. People are probably like, oh, you can't tell me I can't buy. But again, there's certain things where I just feel like you can't argue no value to me. Like you can't argue to me why you would need candy. Like why you would need
exactly.
Even
bags of chips. Take that off too, man.
Technically you don't need bags of chips.
Get your fruit, your meat, your rice. If you want bags of chips, use the money that you work for.
And I think especially, why part of the reason why we're this over reliance, or why the government had to just succumb to it being used for things other than the bare necessities, is that we're living in times, and we're getting into more and more into times where people aren't even like wanting to cook and stuff like that no more, bro. Like people just want to, whatever is the quick thing to put in, or either quick snack or junk food and stuff like that. Especially, unfortunately, more so in the neighborhoods, in the areas that would need WIC and government assistance and SNAP benefits and stuff like that, which is food stamps. Because if you've lived in obviously not, I don't think either of us live in that kind of environment now, but if you've lived in places that would be considered the hood, or places that are like urban areas, the selection of food is not good. You know what I'm saying? What they want you to eat and what they're allowing you to put into your body is junk food, and like stuff that's bad for you. So I think when you're raised in that environment, you get used to that. And if you're not eating that, you're not going to cook. because you're not growing up in a cooking environment. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you made Wick and Snap just buying that, people would be like, well, I don't know how to cook. I'm gonna starve to death if you maybe eat that, you know?
They're gonna have to find out. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to learn, bro.
Yeah, you'll get hungry enough to where you start cooking.
Yeah, we'll cook something.
You start fucking
make some noodles or something, bro. Yeah, but yeah, man. So I don't know where this government shutdown situation is going. It's definitely been a long time. I feel that, yeah, for sure. I think like you had said earlier too. Yeah, I think it being closer to the holidays sucks. Hopefully they figure this out by December. But it's, my dad used to say, bro, sometimes the good have to suffer for the bad, and it's a real thing. Like because obviously there's people right now who, like you said, they really, really needed these food stamps. They were literally budgeting to use that money for their groceries for their family, and they cannot get that. So it's like, where does that money come from now? Now we're talking about having to pull from your bill money, your rent money, because let me tell you something. The two things people is not going to do, people are not going to starve themselves or allow themselves to starve, and they're not going to allow themselves to be on the street and be homeless if they can avoid it by any means. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Nobody wants to, especially if you got a family, nobody wants to sleep on the street, and nobody wants to hear stomachs growling. So if it comes to pulling money from your bills to feed yourself and people are going to do that, man. They're going to do that. And unfortunately, that is how, the domino effect of how we, especially as minorities and stuff, we get into even more economic situations and financial problems, because now we're due on bills. Our bills are behind because we had to use money to buy groceries this week, which we normally wouldn't have. So I don't know, man. It's like I understand all people's political views and everything going on these days and stuff like that, but I don't think America should turn into this place where people who actually need help can't get it, because that is what made America America in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Is that this is a place where we don't play that.
Yeah, I feel like, that's why I think like we need to find a way to crack down on a lot of the finessery. You know what I'm saying? Crack down on a lot of, you know what I'm saying, things like that from the bottom to the top. Like all the tax schemes that people can do. We just all that stuff needs to be worked on, and it's just tough. But when it comes to the government shutdown, I am seeing stuff like literally right now that it's coming close to an end, possibly.
To an end, correct.
Which would be good. It's coming close.
Yeah, I saw on CNN. Right, they're working something out, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, unless I was reading it incorrectly, I think they've even worked something out where the benefits might be back on, or some sort of government funding will be back on before the shutdown even comes to an end. Got
you. So that's a good thing, but I think something like that shouldn't have even happened. They should have. That should be thought of before when it comes to a government shutdown. If the government shuts down, are people that rely on things that the government paid for still going to be able to move forward with it? So I feel like that should have been that shouldn't have happened. It could have looked worse. It didn't look as bad as people thought it would. You didn't see people dying from starvation, but. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, obviously America, they never get to that, but I think it is messed up if for a couple of weeks you can't get food or have food in your house like you normally would. In some households, that's a big thing. You have to have, if you have kids, you got to have food in that house, bro. So we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully the shutdown comes to an end. Before we close out, let's talk about the Grammys. I know I saw that there was some I think that they released the entire. I know the rap category came out. Let me look it up right now.
Yeah, I didn't look much into this.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The rap album of the year category is kind of looking how I expected. It's almost literally. So
it's everybody who created albums in 2025, right? When it comes to
the music, this is celebrating the music of 2025, correct? So. Yeah, I'm trying to find this.
My thing is, how is GNX with Kendrick Lamar even on rap album? Did that come out in 2024?
No.
The end of 2024, I'm tripping. Or it came out the end of 2025?
Oh, it came out 2025.
Oh, October.
I remember
24th.
even
Yeah. No,
October 24 it came out. It came out 24 October. Remember with the Grammys and the Oscars, it's like anything that comes out in the 3 months prior to January can be in
Okay, that's
January.
why. Yeah, because it came out October 2024, like around that time. Okay, that makes sense.
So and then let me see for best, and then so I'm trying.
All of these albums came out around then. Chromacopia, GNX, Let God Sort Them Out. I'm pretty sure it came out around that same time.
How do you feel about a lot of people have? I mean, the only one on here that looks kind of crazy. Oh, so Kendrick Lamar, GNX, Tyler the Creator's Chromacopia, and the Clips, Let God Sort Them Out are not all nominated for Album of the Year. So that's interesting. It'd be cool to see one of those win that, especially the Clips. I think the Clips really had the best rap album of the year, in my opinion. But outside of the Clips being nominated for best rap album, you also have, like you said, Kendrick Lamar with GNX, and then you have Jid. I didn't listen to Jid's album. God Does Like Ugly. Yeah, Cornucopia with Tyler, which I thought was an okay album. I don't know. I think the best album on this list is Clips, but Glorilla, I'm honestly kind of surprised to see that one, man. And I know I'm a little bit biased when it comes to the female rap, but what do you think? I know that freaking album. Honestly speaking, if I'm being honest with you, I think out of all these like female rappers, I prefer Glorilla. I think she's actually she ain't no lyricist, but I think she's actually like catchy and makes good fun music. That's not strictly about sex, but
that's true.
I feel like they just needed to throw a female in there, and they wanted to throw a woman in there, and they were like, well, that's our only option this year, so let's throw Glorilla, because I don't think Glorilla needs to be in there for best rap album of the year at all. I think
I don't even think she was the best female rapper of 2025.
Yeah, like I don't even think she was the best female rapper of 2025, much less to be in there.
I'm trying to see who was around that time.
Best rap song. Yeah,
because also the single on that album is Let Her Cook. Yeah, I don't think this album's even gonna. Yeah, it's nominated, but it's not gonna hit. It's not. I don't think they're gonna mess with that.
Yeah, it's interesting she's nominated. Good for her, but I think it's crazy that they even did that.
If anything, I think if I was to guess, I think that Kendrick Lamar would win it.
For what album? Best rap album?
Best rap
album?
I'm
thinking Kendrick or Clips.
Or Clips, yeah.
They might give it to Tyler, but they give everything to Tyler, so it wouldn't even mean nothing because he didn't got so much already. Yeah. But I think to me on that list, Clips deserves it for that album. And GNX was cool. I don't think GNX was bad. I just don't think it was necessarily Grammy Award. Great.
Pop solo performance. I think Justin Bieber's Daisies would win that. Did you listen to Daisies?
Some of it. I heard some of it. Yeah, but I know it was like really good.
Wait, no, Daisies is Daisies is not the album name. I'm talking about the whole album. Yeah, Daisies is the song name. I don't know if he's gonna win that for Daisies, but I feel like for pop album, I feel like he'll win it. That's swag.
Best reggae. We got reggae album Vibes. Only person I even recognize on this is Vibes Cartel or Jesse Royal. Yes, I don't know who Kez Namdi is. I don't know who Leela Ike is, or Mortimer. But Vibes Cartel album Heart and Soul is nominated. I'd assume he's probably going to win.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx's comedy What Had Happened is nominated. And that was not good at all. I don't. But hey. Best score soundtrack for a video game. I didn't even know that was a category. That must be new.
Yeah, mad category. That's crazy. Best
music video clips. So be it. Yeah, there's some stuff on here, bro. I think honestly, best album cover since when is that? That's got to be new.
What, best album cover?
Yeah, like art, like the album art. I didn't know they had a category for that.
That's crazy. Some categories that I didn't even know they had.
And didn't what's her name that they've been going with Doechii? Didn't Doechii release an album recently? Doechii. And they put I thought she did, and they put Glorilla's album over hers. Wow, that's crazy.
Let me see. That would be crazy because I feel like Doechii, would be better. I think she's better than. That's who I think is better than a lot of them.
For sure, yeah. Especially this year, I think she had a really crazy past year. Like she was really hyped up, and I didn't listen to her album, but
it released in 2024. But let me see what month. August. That's why. August 2024.
Oh damn. So then how? So Oh yeah, because she won the last Grammy. Yeah, I forgot. She won at the last Grammy. She won like
That's probably why.
So I guess they don't got like a golden child this year. Usually they have like a golden child, but and I think the Kendrick phase kind of faded out, but they still might give it to him. I think as far as rap album, I think it's definitely gonna be. I hope they don't give it to Tyler just because he has too much, but I think they're definitely gonna give it to
Clips or Kendrick.
Clips or Kendrick. Hopefully Clips. I think they mostly deserved it.
Yeah, and then album of the year, probably a little better.
Yeah. And then there's like album of the year, which I forgot who I saw was nominated for that. Best rap song is those are wow. Kendrick Lamar's that TV Off song is nominated for best rap song.
Which song? TV Off?
Turn the TV off, yeah. And then Sticky with Lil Wayne. That song wasn't even, I heard that song. It's a good song, but it didn't get a lot of hype. I'm surprised they put that up. Best rap performance, Clips, Cardi B. And Cardi B's album came out recently. I'm surprised they didn't put hers up for nomination. I thought they was gonna nominate her.
Did it have it? Did it just come out this month? Because it's October, November,
like
December.
Last month. It came out. It came out either September, or October.
Yeah. That album wasn't even that album wasn't that good, so that's probably why. It wasn't hitting on nothing. Oh, you know who I'm surprised? I'm surprised Young Thug's album's not anywhere on here.
Well, I don't think that was. I was that to you. You thought that was good?
Nah,
like 2 songs on there was good. Yeah, I literally saved 2 songs. The rest of it, I was like, "What is this?" All right, so that we actually have a question. What do you think the Grammys mean anything at this point? I think we talked about this before, but do you think at this point, especially, it seems like it's just getting further and further away from meaning?
It don't really mean nothing right now. It's it's losing its aura.
Yeah, and I think that's just because just in general, music is just going too fast in the social media. Because even like we could talk about for a little before we close out, but like with the rap music and the you're hearing right now, it's the first time in years that there's been no rap song or album or whatever on the top 40 in the Billboard. And I'm seeing a lot of people act like that doesn't mean anything or that it shouldn't mean anything. But I think that itself kind of shows what the issue is with with that culture of music and our culture, Black culture, stuff like that is things that we should, I think, see as a sign of something or take seriously. We try to, but I don't mean nothing but it's like, okay, if you don't think it means nothing.
Yeah, it definitely means something when it comes to rap for sure.
Yeah,
and I seen I've been calling it. You've been saying it too. Like it's kind of, I feel like rap is
in its current state, like nobody like I feel like even it's like almost getting corny now because like even the Young Thug album, like you brought it up, that was the last real trap album. I want to say I was like, okay, I'm looking forward to it. I want to listen to it. And I didn't get nothing from it, bro. Like I was like, bro, it's almost to the point because it's the same stuff over and over.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's the same stuff he talked about on an album 10 years ago. There's no progression, and I think naturally you get tired of hearing that stuff. So I don't know, man. I don't even know. Like, what do you think is? Because I mean, you live in Florida. You live in not South Florida, but you live in Florida. I live in New York at the moment, but. Do you hear what are people like listening to? Like, I don't know if you ever put on the radio and stuff like that, but is it mostly like when I put on what they use here? They use Drake. Drake is like who they use as a default. We don't know what to play Drake. Because anytime you put on Hot 97 here, they're playing like some type of Drake song, which I think is hilarious, given how the past year or two went with him, and he clearly took a step down. But there's certain radio that's still trying to push him in a certain way, like as if that didn't happen. And it's okay. But who they play?
It's so generic, honestly. Yeah. It's the same, maybe 8 songs, 9 songs in rotation when you really think about it. Yeah. Chris Brown, heavy Chris Brown. Like there's a new song that he got out.
Oh, bro.
I don't know. That's not new.
That's new? That's not new?
Yeah, it's not really new. It's probably about a year or so old.
Yeah. Maybe more than a year.
Yeah, but they run that motherfucker to the ground. Like they play that song back to back. There's another song. I forgot who sings it. I think of Mariah, the Scientist song. One of her songs that play that heavy. When it comes to rap, they're playing mainly female rap. I'm gonna think of it.
Yeah,
Mainly
this is
female
because
rappers.
yeah, that seems like,
Um,
and again, that seemed like it was going to be the next stage of this, but
yeah,
even
yeah.
that seems like it's getting played
It's
out,
dying
like it's
down
getting
fast.
old.
Yeah, it's not. I remember I called it a minute ago. I was like, "Yo, female rap is gonna be at the top." I feel like it
Right.
already. I feel like it already peaked. It's going right down because like you don't really see too much sexy red at the top anymore. That's over with. Not really no much more.
Yeah,
Meg the Stallion,
that's like
Gorilla's
that was.
hanging by a spread. The hottest thing right now that I see is this new chick called, I think her name is Monella, something like that.
I never heard of this one.
Yeah, she's new. She's straight, but she's just another. She kind of sounds like Meg Thee Stallion in a way.
Yeah, but
It's
I
real
don't know why
similar.
that's. I don't know how people continue to like conceive someone doing something, and even if they're successful and big, be like, I'm gonna do the same exact thing.
Yeah,
I
she
don't think
sounds
people.
similar to Meg Thee Stallion. She got some bars, but I don't see it going too much anywhere. So where would I think music would go, or like rap music? I don't know, man. They got to get creative, man. Yeah, got to get creative because even I think even Gunna's stepping away from like rap itself. Like after this album, I feel like he's gonna kind of go more with the Afro beat. That's why I feel
Oh,
like that's why he
really?
did that. I feel like that's why he did that song with Burner Boy.
Yeah, maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like I said, even that too. I feel like that started dying out. I
Mhm.
feel maybe reggae might make a comeback as far as just general music. Like that might, because Jamaica and reggae in general seems to be like having a
Mhm.
comeback kind of.
Yeah,
So I think that might happen, but I don't know.
it's
Rap music
probably
got to
that
take.
the damn AI music. You seen what Timberland did with the
Yeah, that corny
AI
shit. Yeah, I
artists?
don't even know what he's thinking with
That shit
that. I
was
don't know why he
stupid.
did that
But
nonsense. I don't know why he did that.
this is the perfect time when it's just I don't know people when it comes to listening to music or when it comes to create. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. But hey, man, let's wrap it up. So shout out to everybody that was in the channel. At one point, we were like
That's
5 or 6
facts.
people or so. Shout out to everybody that was sticking around. You know, obviously, we haven't been doing the live as much, but we're trying to work on changing some things and bringing the channel back in a different way.
Mhm.
Definitely, I think want to hit the social media like the Instagram and stuff. I'm gonna try to find some way to start monitoring that better and getting the following up. But
I think it's our first episode in our new spots, right? Because you had just moved into that spot too, right?
yeah, I think I did. I think the episode we did here. I think I did one here, if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken. Yeah, but getting stuff together.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know when the next live is gonna be, but I'm gonna cut up these clips and we'll add them up. But everyone that was in the live, shout out to everybody that was holding it down. Shout out to Rachel. All right, everybody, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.